Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a how to highlight and contour. In this video I did incorporate how to do highlight and contour on other types of face shapes, and also to give you guys an idea of how I highlight and contour on my face. Everyone does it differently, so I really can't speak for other people and their preferences, but I did give an idea of a general idea of how anyone can highlight and contour and how it's done. So I hope you guys like this type of video, and if you want to know how I highlight and contour, then just keep on watching. So finally I'm getting this contour and highlight video out. My face is already moisturized. I'm just going to put my primers now because I'm going to show you guys just a quick run through of just my foundation before I apply the highlight and concealer. I'm going to use the Maybelline Baby Skin for my pores in my T-zone area, and then I'm going to use the Nivea Mens Post Shave Balm, which is really good. This particular video, I'm just going to be natural with my brows. I have absolutely nothing on my brows right now, so I'm just going to set them with Rcma by Maybelline, and it's just going to set my brows in place. But I'm just not in the mood to fill in my brows today. I do it all the time. So before I apply my foundation, I'm gonna just color correct a little bit. The reason I'm gonna do that first, just under my eyes, I'm not gonna do anything else on my face. The reason I'm going to do that first is because my foundation is full coverage, and I'm gonna just apply this first before I go over my foundation. The type of skin tone that I have, under my eyes, I really can go for a salmon color. If I do use orange, which may actually cover more of my darkness, I have to go over underneath my eyes with a darker foundation. That's basically full coverage. It would have to be this before you put your foundation. If you are like similar to my skin tone and maybe a little darker, you're better off putting this on before your foundation, and then you just put your foundation on top, and then you can put your concealer if you want to correct more or just highlight. So I'm going to just put a real tiny bit under here, not too much. You don't want to make the whole triangle under your eye, because unless you have a lot of darkness that comes down, you only need to put, the corrector right under your eye where the darkness is. Then I'm going to blend that out with my Real Technique sponge. So now I'm going to be using the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation, and this is in the shade Honey. So I'm going to be just putting this all over my face, and I'm going to use it directly from the applicator onto my face because this is my product. I don't use this foundation on anyone else. If I were to use it on anyone else for sanitary purposes, obviously I would need to maybe use a brush or put it on my hand. But we're going to just do that. I'm going to fast forward through this because you guys already have seen me do my foundation many times. Just always remember to bring your foundation down to your neck and add a little bit on your ears if your hair is up, especially. So we're gonna fast forward through this. So now I'm not going to set my face because I'm going to be color correcting and highlighting with cream. If you want, you can set your face with a powder and you can contour and do that type of thing. Once your powder is on, you can actually do it with powder. But if you want to use a concealer to highlight, it's best that you don't put concealer on after you have powder already set on your face. It just makes it look more cakey. Normally, I like to use powders when I do contour or highlight. I don't really use creams too much. It's just, I feel like it's just more work, even though it comes out it looks more natural. Since I am going to be using cream today, I'm just going to set my face later, and I'll just show you guys how I do that. Now to contour, you usually want to contour a couple of shades darker than your skin tone. So for example, I use the shade Beautiful Bronze. It's kind of it's like a darkish brown, almost mud color. I don't like my contour or bronze to be too harsh, you know, too dark on my face. Sometimes it looks too muddy, but I feel like Beautiful Bronze, this particular shade, I feel like it goes good for a lot of skin tones. That's what I use to contour and, you know, bronze my face. As far as highlighting, the shade I use in the LA Girl Pro Concealers is Creamy Beige. This is also a very popular shade, especially for my skin tone. So I usually use this to I usually use this to conceal, to do my T-zone, you know, to highlight it and also conceal it. This is part of the highlighting, you know, in my T-zone. This is the color that I tend to use. I'm going to start first with the contouring. It's just my preference. I feel like if you contour too much and then you put the concealer over it, that highlights and also corrects. If you do go too much, you can just go over it and blend right into it, and it just kind of cleans it out and finishes the look. In order for you to contour, what you have to figure out is your face type. Excuse me, not your face type. What you have to figure out is your face shape, the shape of your face. Now, me in particular, I feel like I like to contour just a little bit over here. I do feel like I have not really a big forehead, but you know what I'm saying. It's just a little bit too much for me. So I don't like to contour too much, just a little bit. People who do contour, if you do have more of a round shaped face, sometimes people want to contour more just to make them more comfortable. It's just all up to you, your preference, what you're comfortable with, what you want to correct. Some people may not even want to contour, which is totally fine. Me, I just contour a little bit. I'm going to contour a little bit on my forehead, right here. I'm just gonna put a few dots up here. Now, the farther you bring your contour down, that's basically what you're going to kind of shrink in. So the more product you put on your face, it's like when you wear black, it makes you kind of look slimmer. So it's like the more you contour your face, the more, you know, it's going to be more defined. So I just want to put just a little bit, and I'm going to do it on my cheekbones here. You don't want to do it too far down, because then it's going to look like it's, you know, it's bringing your contour down. It's going to look like it's dragging. So what you want to do is just where your ear is, you just want to bring it down right here. And on the other side, you just, from the top of your ear, you just bring it down, and it's right there. I'm also gonna do some of my jaw down here. So that right here. Your jaw, you wanna make sure it's really blended, because you don't want it to be dark down here and then it goes to your foundation color. It just looks really tacky. I'm gonna put a little bit under my lip, and that's just to make your lip look like it's coming out more, makes your lips look a little bigger. I don't like to contour my nose too much, but for this video, I'm gonna just do a little bit. So I'm gonna go on the sides right here. This is how I would contour my face. I'm going to just take a kabuki brush from Wet n Wild, and I'm going to blend my contour in to blend it out. You can also use a beauty blender. Me particular, I want to use a brush for now. I feel like it tends to blend it more, and I just want it to be done with a brush. So I'm going to blend this out. I may use a beauty blender later on. Now, every time you contour, it's going to kind of look, it's gonna kind of look maybe messy or too much before you actually blend it out. So just don't panic if you see that it looks like too much, like, wow, you know, it's really brown or whatever. Once you fully blend it out with the highlight and the concealers you're using, everything should look good at the end. So I wouldn't panic. I did panic several times when I first started contouring with creams, and I just learned to kind of relax. So I'm blending this out. I may use a beauty blender in a little while, and it's just to take off any excess. Use my beauty blender to blend it out more. When you blend out your contour, you want to bring it up a little, like going more up. I'm going to contour my nose, just blend it out. I'm going to be using this MyMakeupBrushSet little brush, which I did a review on these brushes, which I did a review on these brushes. I'll have it linked in the description down below, and we're going to be using that. Take my beauty blender and just blend out the corner, blend out the sides with my Real Techniques beauty sponge. I'm gonna be using the creamy beige shade, as I did say, and I'm going to be using this as a concealer and a highlighter. So I'm going to put this under my eye. These are really, really good, and they're only, I think they're like $3 in the drugstores, and they're very popular as well. So I recommend them. I'm gonna go in my T-zone just to highlight and do that. People ask, why do you put, concealer in the T-zone? Usually people put concealer in your T-zone up here just to even out the face, because if you do have a light concealer that you're trying to highlight underneath your eyes with, if you just have that part highlighted, then it doesn't go together with your makeup. It'll just look like it's really bright under your face, and then everywhere else on your face is just not the same color. So if you put under your eyes and then in your T-zone, it just makes it, it just gives it a highlight, like just in the middle of your face. Use my beauty blender for this. Once I'm done blending underneath my eyes, I'm going to automatically set it, because as I told you guys before, I tend to crease quick, and I just kind of want to bake underneath there as well. To bake, I'm going to be using the Rcma No Color Powder. I do use this powder a lot, but it's just so wonderful, and I just love it. So I'm going to use the same sponge. You can use it damp or dry. Some people prefer it dry. It really doesn't make a difference to me. Sometimes I do feel that it works better when it's damp, but it's up to you. So I'm gonna just now that we did that, we're gonna just blend out the rest of the highlight, and we just do this. You don't want to bring it too close to the top of your forehead where you did contour. Some people do it differently. As I said, some people do the concealing and highlighting first. I'm like, Take some more of that powder. I'm going to now put it everywhere where we just finished highlighting. So we'll put some on our head. It's okay if too much comes out. We're kind of going to be baking it, but setting it at the same time. Doing that here. And on my chin. I'm going to, before I clean my contour, I'm going to set my bronzer, which this will be considered a bronzer as well. I'm going to be using Tarte Park Avenue Princess, and I got this in my Ipsy bag. I'm actually almost done with it. It's really, really good. Just a powder brush. This is from BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to be setting up here with that. You could use a contour, you know, a contour shade, but I'm gonna just use a bronzer one. I do it my way, and this pretty much this is how I contour and highlight, and this is how it works for me. When you're contouring and you know it's contoured up here, it kind of gives you a bronzed look. That's why sometimes people won't contour and bronze at the same time, because you know it tends to give you a similar result, except when it comes to the cheekbones. Sometimes, you know, most people want it to be sharp. I know I do. So we just set that. Take the Real Techniques dual fiber brush, and I'm going to just blend out down here so there's no harsh lines for my jaw contour. Then I'm actually going to set my nose contour with that same Tarte, and I'm going to be using the Sigma E40 brush. I'm just gonna set that. The Techniques brush, blend it out. I don't like anything too harsh on my face. We're going to contour the cheekbones, and I'm going to be using my NYX highlight and contour palette, this shade right here. That I'm going to be using this BH Cosmetics brush. It's for the contouring, I believe. Cut out a little. To clean underneath the contour to make it sharp. I'm going to be using that same powder with my beauty blender. I'm going to blend everything out. Now, if you want, you could normally add a face powder of your choice, like a skin tone face powder. But being the fact that everything is already set with powders, you don't need to do that today. Okay, my love, so this is the final look. This is how I highlight and contour. It just goes based off of what you want to contour, what you want to highlight. Some people don't want to highlight, they just maybe want to conceal. Some people conceal a very light color to give them more of a, you know, bright highlight underneath their eyes. But some people prefer skin tone concealers. This is the final look. I'm going to go off camera and just finish the rest of my face, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so I just finished up my face to complete this look. I did use the Makeuprevolution Vivid highlighter in the shade Radiant Lights just to put a highlight on my cheekbones and bridge of my nose and my tip of my nose. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this highlight and contour video. I hope it was helpful and gave you guys an idea of how to highlight and contour. I will have a video up soon of color correcting and maybe baking and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And to the one person who constantly just keeps thumbs downing my videos right after I post my video, it's not gonna stop me. I'm going to keep posting videos. I'm going to keep posting content that I have in my mind to post. I'm going to continue to progress, and that's just what's gonna happen. You know, I know there's a lot of negativity in the world, and that's totally fine, but a thumbs down in my video really is not doing anything to me. It's only motivating me to do even better in my videos and to do more videos. I have confidence in myself. I appreciate the people who do support me, the people who do leave me nice comments, subscribe to me and everything. Those thumbs downs are really not gonna do anything for me. It's just kind of annoying, to be honest. As I said, I know that negativity is gonna come, It's just a shame that literally as soon as I post up my videos, I have a thumbs down already, if you're even watching this. But it just motivates me to be even better than I plan to be. Those of you who do support me, I love you so much. I can't even describe that. I know I get support from a lot of you, and I really appreciate it so much. So I just wanted to throw that in there. As I said in my first video, I don't want any negativity around me. So you can keep those thumbs down, and I won't tell you where to put them because I want to have a nice channel. So I will see you guys in my next video, and I love you very much. Bye guys.